analysis tonight. We do want to bring in the host of News Nation's Batya Ungar-Sargon. Batya, it is always good to see you. I appreciate you joining us tonight. And what is your take here on Greenland? I mean, I was watching your show just yesterday. You said there is so much to do here at home. There's so much we have to do for Americans. $700 billion on that price tag that could be used for other things. Explain your perspective on this.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always such a pleasure to join you. I really don't get this. I have to be honest. You know, the administration is so proud of a massive achievement. They got the deficit down by $600 billion. I just, for the life of me, cannot understand why they want to turn around and spend it on something like Greenland. We have such a great relationship right now with the Danes over Greenland. There's absolutely nothing they wouldn't allow us to do if there was, God forbid, some sort of threat from one of our adversaries. And so I just really struggle to understand why this is so important to the president. Most of what he's done from a foreign policy point of view makes so much sense to me in terms of how it advances our domestic interests, whether it's Mexico forcing them to police their side of the border, using tariffs as a threat in order to force them to do that, using the trade deals in order to advance the interests of the American worker in things like the auto industry, the arrest of Maduro to stop a source of drugs and gangs and weapons onto our streets. This, I gotta tell you, it's just leaving me very flummoxed because I just don't see the urgency here, especially with the American people really wanting the president to make the case for how he's going to make their lives better here and now.
Yeah, they're interested in those kitchen table issues. They're interested in the economy. They're interested in all of these issues here at home. We're heading into the midterms. I mean, are you concerned that this is not, Greenland is not a winning issue? Do you think the American people will be on Trump's side going forward here?
So what I think he's doing is trying to get leverage over Russia and perhaps over some of the European countries that he's still trying to get trade deals with. I can't imagine that this is like going to be, you know, the hill that the administration is going to die on. I think he's very keenly aware of the stakes of the midterms. And so to me, it seems like there has to be a bigger play here, because if it is just, you know, this is the hill, I do worry about that come the midterms. The big question right now domestically, of course, is this big immigration front and whether or not the American people still want the president to be pushing that mass deportation agenda or not. And to me, that's going to be the big issue, I think, come the midterms. It is true that the president's numbers are slipping on that issue, but when you look at how Americans feel about Democrats on immigration, I think if I was a Republican, I would feel much better about it.
You know, I was speaking to someone waiting for a bus here in Chicago, and their opinion on all of this, a person on the street, they said, Trump always knows how to play us. He always knows how to play the media, and everyone's talking about Greenland right now, and I bet it's not even that important to him. At the end of the day, he probably is not going to use force. Do you think this individual named David is right? Is David right about all of this?
Yeah. Always listen to the guy at the bus stop because I think David's totally right. Yeah, to me, it seems like this is some sort of 4D chess move because we have seen the president be so canny in terms of using foreign policy to advance his domestic agenda, whether it's the immigration agenda or whether it's the economic agenda, the tariff agenda. He's used the tariffs both in order to restore dignity to American workers by protecting the value of their labor, but also to force countries to do things that he's wanted them to do for a long time that they've just refused to do. So I think we're going to see more trade deals coming down the pike, and I wouldn't be surprised if this whole Greenland gambit was related to that.
Greenland gambit. Well said. Batya, thank you so much, and we'll be watching your show next Saturday. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you. And you can catch her show, Batya, as we were just saying, at her new time, Saturdays, 6 p.m., 7 Central, right here on News Nation.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.